I went on Twitter also last month. Piss off a bunch of people once again.
Welcome to the
what's
club.
life?
I'm like, what's
If you
life?
can't go on Twitter and
What's
piss
life
a bunch
if
of
you're not
people
pissing
off?
people off?
I said, there's no such thing as internet bullying. You can block people, mute people, make your account private, or just get the fuck off social media.
Let me tell you a story.
Hold on, let me just finish.
Go ahead.
If you're getting bullied on the internet, it's because you're making the choice to engage those people. That's not bullying.
Let me tell you a story. So now her and I, right? You know, like we said earlier, we have the show, you know what I mean, Godcast, Lord Jamar Rah Digga.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay, so we were invited down to the Howard School of Law. Shout out to the Howard School of Law. She was the moderator and I was one of the panelists. So somewhere in the conversation, you know, somebody commented something about bullying, and I happened to say bullying is something that's actually needed. So is shame. Okay? I don't mean persecution, but I mean just good old, character building type of bullying. Well, this led into a whole thing of, the students. One girl even started crying on the stage.
Wow.
But I got into this little thing where we started talking about internet bullying. And I said the same shit that you said. I said, how is there internet bullying when you can block somebody, turn off the comments, and then they're going to go, the guy's going to go to this extreme. Oh, well, when you have bullies out there like Donald Trump and he's out there just tweeting, you can't block that kind of bully.
Yes, you can.
Of course you can. But the fact that he even said that was like, first of all, that's not what y'all were talking about. Y'all were talking about personal one-on-one bullying, blah, blah, blah. They'll always give you an extreme example. They'll say, oh, well, somebody put a naked picture on the internet and then it goes all around. That's not bullying. That's persecution.
It's also illegal.
That's also illegal. But
and you could turn around and put that
But
person
what I say,
the bullying aspect are the people making fun of that person.
Right. What I say to people about bullying is like, okay, what's the difference between medicine and poison? The dosage. The dosage. Because any medicine, you give too much of it, is a poison. Yep. You see what I'm saying? So if I bully you just enough to make you strong, that's cool. But now what might push somebody over the edge is persecution. Now they go shoot up the school. That's not what I'm talking about. Yeah. But wait, here, just one more thing about this bullying shit. We're in an opt-in culture. Like, you have to go on Twitter, sign in, sign up for the shit, press agree. Yeah. All of this fucking shit. So knock it off with this fucking I'm being bullied online. Right. And I don't know how Digga might feel different.
Well, no, I agree with you guys. But now, as the moderator of this particular panel, because I had to moderate both sides, what my takeaway was, bullying nowadays means something totally different from bullying when we were growing up. Like I think it's much easier for us to say, we can turn this off. It's easy for everybody to do.
Right. When Beanie Siegel called himself the Broad Street Bully, he wasn't talking about going on the internet and making fun of somebody.
Right.
Right.
He was talking about actually getting in your face and punching
beating
you.
people up and
and maybe shooting your ass too.
Yeah.
Now I think because the younger generation now, they are so, they're so mechanical with the social media and the internet, because it's such a driving force in their life. I think it's almost like they don't know how to function without these smart devices, whereas we know how to not function without phones and internet. I'm not making excuses, because I agree with you guys as far as how the fuck is some fictional person in a piece of hardware gonna affect how I feel about myself?
Motherfuckers talk shit to me every time I get on here.
Yeah.
And I say something negative about Blonde Boy, okay? All
God,
the
please.
stands,
Oh God, please.
all the
Anything but
stands
that.
come out the woodwork. Block party. But like,
Yeah.
I love
That's
it. I see.
all.
I'm the opposite. I don't block anybody.
Man,
I love it.
I block people.
I
I
send
read
niggas
all
straight
that.
to the
I
block
read
party.
all that shit. I make it into punchlines.
Oh,
Man,
okay.
I need the
I
hate.
send
I
you
love
straight
it.
to the block party.
Bring it on.
Well, you
But
know,
I might say something slick
know,
and then block you. I don't know.
after I put it out, of course, people are going to argue. And a couple people I went back and forth with just for fun, because, I mean, I did it to stir the pot anyways.
Right.
And people are like, well, you know, so you're telling me that blocking a person, you know, you could just say, oh, you could just go to a different school. And it's like,
That's not what I'm talking about.
nah, motherfucker, pressing a mute button and actually transferring to a whole other school is not the same type of activity.
Right. Although I know people that have done that.
Yeah.
People that have transferred to the school because they had problems at this fucking school.
Because they're being
shit happens.
physically bullied.
Like bullied to the point of persecution.
No, listen.
Not to the point of
Okay.
So every day I see you, I'm snapping on your sneakers and making you feel bad.
Me personally, okay. In junior high, I was a little bad kid in 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting in trouble all the time. I was getting in detention all the time. And me and the vice principal, Mr. Kono, got into it. And he said, you know, he like gave me the paper and I kind of snatched out his hands and he goes, you do that again, I'm going to put your fucking head through the wall. My parents, I told that shit to my parents. They said, we're taking you out of that school. This is a grown fucking man talking to a 6th grader.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, you could say that's bullying, you know?
Absolutely.
And my parents went through the process of transferring me out of that school. You gonna tell me that's the same thing as a fucking as an egg on fucking Twitter who has 0 followers, you know, calling you an asshole and you blocking that person? Right. That's not the same fucking thing. I had to leave all my friends behind. Right. Transfer the route that I get to school, have all new teachers. I lost fucking band practice.
Right, you could just press a button and it's done.
Yeah, I you know, I was playing the saxophone and fucking, you know, in the school band. The new school didn't have a band, so I lost all that musical shit that I could have learned in the process. Like, you know, it was a big fucking deal because my fucking vice principal was threatening me.
Right. Yeah,
now imagine the worst thing you had to do was create another account.
Yeah. Or go private. Oh no, the horror.
Right.
So wait, I guess the equivalent of internet bullying is getting dragged. I'm like, I get dragged regularly. I'm like, I
all
get dragged
the time.
All the fucking time.
I love it.
You know what I think? You know, I forgot who I was talking about this.
You know, by the way, y'all know it's a goal to get blocked. You know when you get blocked, like they screenshot it, like, I got blocked.
That's why I mute people so they don't know they're blocked.
Yeah, like I don't. That's why I don't.
They can keep shouting into an empty room. Yeah, no, but like, what I think, and I forgot who I said this with, but I think people like to get attacked and be able to go back and forth and, you know, feel like they're the victim and so forth. We live, you know, like the Jussie Smollett situation has really clearly shown that we live in a victim society. He created himself to be he fabricated himself to be a victim.
Uplifted him.
Who the fuck does that? I can imagine as a kid hiring a bunch of motherfuckers. You know, like let's say there was a girl I liked, hiring motherfuckers that would roll up on us and I beat their ass.
Right.
You know, and I'm beating their ass.
Right.
And paying them.
Hero.
And I'm the hero. And I'm looking like the hero and because I fucked them up. I can't imagine hiring someone to beat me up. The fuck is that about? That's not even comprehensible.
I don't want to get prop for getting my ass whooped.
But this guy actually hired.
I want to hire people that I can beat up.
They're trying to set it up to where nobody has any adversity in their life, and adversity is needed. Like, you can't avoid, I mean, you can, in how you're talking about, but at some point you have to confront adversity. Yeah. And you have to get through it, and it only makes you stronger. There's the story of
whatever don't kill you, make you stronger.
There's the story of the man walking down the street. He comes upon a cocoon, okay? And he sees inside the insect is struggling to get out. So he takes his pocket knife out. He cuts the motherfucking cocoon open to help the motherfucker get out. Well, subsequently, the fucking butterfly dies. Okay? Why did it die? Because it needed the struggle of getting out of the cocoon to make its wings strong enough so that it can fly. You see? So when we eliminate bullies and we eliminate all kinds of adversity, this eliminates our ability to overcome adversity when we see it later on in life.
Facts.
and have the strength to get through whatever the fuck we need to get through. So now, just like how you said the teacher, let's just say I've had coaches that were tough on me, that I could say were bullying me, when actually they were doing this for my benefit, to make me stronger. Motherfucker run 10 laps. Oh, I go home like a little, my coach is bullying me. He made me run 10 laps and everybody else had to only do 8. You know what I mean? And maybe he saw more in me. You dumb motherfuckers. But you want to think everybody's fucking bullying
Well,
me
there's
and
a
shit.
thin line between bullying and abuse. So
And there's a thin line
like-
between hot and cold.
Like now,
there's a thin
you know,
line between medicine
the world
and,
is designed
and poison.
to protect people from being, or
Abused.
being more aware of, being more conscious of the abuse culture.
Right, but we're not going to modify the behavior
The
of the
definition of
many
bullying?
to try to protect the minuscule. Like school shootings and all of that represent 2% of shootings all around. Like, so now you...
Well, I'm sure way less than that.
Okay.
Way less
Maybe
than
way
that.
less than that. But whatever the fuck, I heard some statistic.
Look
like
how many shootings in Chicago alone compared to the total number of schools.
So anyway, but there was a hell of a lot of school shootings this year. Regardless, they want to modify the behavior of the many to protect the few. And it's some bullshit. Like for the one or two that get bullied and might while out into school because they say it's because of that, even though it's not just because of bullying. Trust me, these people probably had a mental illness anyway. We now all got to fucking modify our behavior so that one or two motherfuckers don't go crazy in a fucking school. Like, get the fuck out of here. Toughen up, you bitch ass fuckers.
That's what it is. Rah Digga, Lord
That
Jamar. Thank you for coming through. Make sure you check out the Yada Godcast.
Yes, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Full episodes on Sundays on YouTube. Check us out.
That's what it is. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.